Let's get into all of these issues and more with a cracking Monday night panel for you. I'm joined on the desk by Gemma Tognini from GT Communications.
Hello.
Great to have you back on deck from overseas. And Katie Woolf, the host of Mixed Mornings in Darwin, joins us again. Great to talk to you, Katie. Let's start with the Poms and cricket. Let's start with sport for a change. Katie, is this a diplomatic incident between our two countries? Is this going to sour relations?
Oh, maybe it will. I thought it was absolutely ordinary behaviour. You know, whether you win, lose or draw, I don't think that people should be getting... Like, I understand that there's always going to be a bit of booing. We've seen that even at the tennis and different sports at different times. But when you're walking into that environment and there's a confrontational situation that the Aussie players are then having to sort of go through, I just thought it was a step too far. And I love my sport. I love my contact sport. You know, I'm a girl who grew up watching the boxing and the rugby league. So I really love the contact sport, but I just thought this was a bridge too far. And like it or loathe it, the Aussies were playing by the rules.
Yeah, and the umpires on the field and the third umpire said it was out. And I'll tell you what, Gemma, as a Collingwood supporter, you get a lot of stick about being feral and having no teeth and whatever. It turns out that the toffs at Lords behave worse than the Collingwood supporter.
They absolutely do. And unpopular opinion, I think, for the record, I think cricket is my favourite sport to nap to. So I have it up there. It's really, really important to me. But a friend of mine on that great arbiter of social opinion, Facebook, today was likening it to the famous underarm throw, which was technically within the rules also. I don't think it was, for the record. I think the Poms are having a sook and that, you know, I don't care for cricket, I don't like it, but even I know you've got to stay within your crease. This guy was just tiptoeing through the flippin' Lord's tulips. But there is a school of thought out there that says it's the Aussies, you know, being Aussie and taking the mickey, but look.
Well, you've got to wait till the ball is dead.
Otherwise,
I'm going to go straight into the keeper's hands and straight back to the stumps. Right. So it was actually being thrown at the stumps while he was still in his crease. He walks off. Dumb thing to do. Yeah, it's unusual. And when I first saw it, I thought, oh, well, that's pretty tough. But then you look at what he was doing in the previous innings and what the English coach did when he played for New Zealand.
But it spiced up an otherwise very dull
Oh, come on. It was a spectacular game. It was a spectacular game of Test cricket.
Paint drying.
It was brilliant. Have a look though. Another clip here of the members at Lords.
Cheese, the rest of them.
It's just, Katie,
it's very primary school.
This is one of the most elite clubs in the world. These people are real toffs.
Exactly.
They sneer down at us mere colonials and they're just behaving like a bunch of bores.
Well, can you imagine if you were at under-12s footy or at under-12s athletics or cricket and people were behaving in this way? You would be in so much strife. As a parent, you would actually be banned, I would say, from going to that sport. So I think that when we're talking about the way that you act when you win and you lose, what you've also got to remember is that you've got kids that, you know, throughout the school holidays, they may enjoy the cricket a lot more than what Gemma and I do, and they're sitting and they're actually watching it and they're watching these scenes, and it's not okay. Like, it's actually not okay to behave like that when you lose. And if any of my family or if my children acted in that way, I would be absolutely mortified.
Absolutely spot on. I do spend a lot of my summers out umpiring and coaching kids cricket, and you just don't tolerate that sort of booing and carrying on. So the toffs at Lords have set a very, very bad example.